Alright guys, so today we're going to be working on the Grom. Some of you noticed, and I forgot to mention it, but there's a timing noise, and it's either this little plastic thing they call a button that sits on the hydraulic part of the tensioner that holds the arm, or the wheel on the arm, or it could be a couple other things, but those are the most likely causes of the noise. I did ride around a little bit because I figured it'd be okay, but I don't really want to push my luck anymore and ride it around anymore until I fix that noise, because if the timing chain does slip a couple teeth, it could bend valves, and I want this to be one of those things I don't have to rebuild. So we're just gonna take it apart, try to see if we can figure out what's wrong with it. I have no idea how to go about what I'm doing besides taking the cover off, and it should be there, but we'll figure it out. It's a simple machine. It's a little Grom. It can't be that hard. So let me show you what it sounds like now before we try to fix it. As you can hear, that's pretty rough. So here's what we're gonna do. Timing stuff should be here because that's the access to the chain on the cam. So we're gonna take this off and see if we can see what we're looking for. Makeshift bike stand. Should make this a lot easier. Alright, step one is going to be to change the oil, which is this plug, not this plug. We need to drain it because it's going to come out regardless of what we do. Oh, Jesus. Now that that's done, we got all the oil out, so we can go ahead and start pulling the side cover off. See what happens. All right. Well then. Alright, so the previous owner actually had this flywheel remover tool that he gave me with it. Based on looking at it and this, I'm going to assume we take this nut off, and then this piece is threaded on the inside, which looks like it'll thread over that. This piece right here, and then that'll, when this tightens against this, it'll pull the whole basket off. Give it a shot. Alright, so this is what we needed to get to. I had a feeling this was broken or this was broken, but they both appear to be fine. Huh. Interesting. Alright, so it looks like this angle, this bolt here is what holds this tensioner up. So I'm gonna drop it down and see if maybe this button, which is what I thought would be the problem, has like a slit in it. Well, this has like a dent in it, but it looks pretty much fine. We're gonna go ahead and replace it anyway though. Alright, so the next thing we're gonna do is pull this off just to take a look at the chain on the cam gear then we're gonna pull this cap off and this cap off, and that'll give us access to check the valve clearance. We might need to adjust them. They might be a little bit loose. They should be hit 4 thousandths, and hold on, I just had it up. 4 thousandths on intake and 7 on exhaust. So we're just gonna take those off and at least take a look at them. Now we've got all our stuff cleaned up and organized. We're gonna have to take this plate off. It's just, that's interesting. It's pressed in with an O-ring. So if you've ever wondered, this is what the timing system on a Grom looks like. I'm gonna go ahead and put this tensioner back in just so we make sure that we don't skip a tooth or anything from the chain being super loose. Also, quick little side note. Everyone asks me like where I learned to work on cars, what school did I go to, things like that. I didn't go to any school, and this is just like a prime example of it's a lot about experience. And I think the biggest thing you learn when you work on stuff and you gain experience from working on stuff is just how to kind of look at something and take it apart. Like, I had no idea how to do this when I jumped into it, but you know, I've taken apart enough things now to where I was able to get somewhat of an idea of how to take it apart. I mean, and I still made a mistake. Like, look at this. I thought I needed to pull this off of this cover. In doing so, I broke the gasket, which I was going to try to reuse because I don't have another one right now, but now I can't. So jumping in head first isn't always ideal, but I mean, this is super simple. I can't really give myself any credit for this, but I'm not even trying to toot my own horn here or anything. I'm just trying to say that, like, what you learn from working on cars and experience is just, it's kind of like any skill, anything you do, you kind of gain that knack for doing it, and the idea of how to take something apart, how to put it back together, and how to fix stuff. So that's why, like, if you want to get into working on cars, go help your friends, you know, like, look at what they're doing, you know, and pay attention and try to help, because the experience is really what's most important in my mind. You know, I never went to any school, and I feel like, you know, I'm okay at working on cars and I know how to do it, and I really don't even have a ton of experience. So I think, in my opinion, that's the most important part. I haven't been to a school, so I don't know. But anyway, we're gonna get back to this.
Fuck yeah, the adapter plate's only $400.
Well, that's definitely part of the problem. These are super loose.
Drivetrain, they use an 04 Cummins turbo.
Alright, so now we got the exhaust side where we wanted. It was a little bit tight, whereas the intake one was really loose. So now we got those adjusted. That should at least clear that up as a possibility. We'll put oil in it and see what happens. Wish me luck. Alright, moment of truth time. noise is still there. Well, I'm kind of clueless now. I mean, everything in the timing system looked fine, even the one roller that's like inside the cylinder head, like in the slot where it goes up to the, well, the cylinder, next to the cylinder, you guys know what I'm talking about. All the other rollers look perfectly fine. The tensioner looked fine. The button was fine, but I replaced it anyway. The valve adjustment was a little off, but that's fixed, so I have no idea. Comment below if you have any idea as to what that noise could possibly be. So with that, thank you guys for watching. Thanks for subscribing. I'll see you next time. And hopefully one of you knows what that noise is, and then I can fix it.
This is a Very Little production.